The Hedge Knight is a 1998 novella, which was released the same year as Clash of Kings, and is similarly set in the world of Westeros. But this is 100 years prior to A Game of Thrones and follows a young and new Hedge Knight, a knight not sworn directly to a lord, but is almost like a mercenary except sworn to a chivalrous code rather than just money. For reader response purposes, I have read the first 3 books from A Song of Ice and Fire. My enjoyment went down with each sequel, and I started to feel like I was getting flipped the bird by Martin, and particularly when I read A Storm of Swords. This novella is not 100% the opposite of that, but it feels a lot better. Sure, it's a bit gruesome and some tough stuff happens, but it's spring, and it's largely encapsulated in this quote. A hedge knight is the truest kind of knight. We serve where we will, for men whose causes we believe in. Every knight swears to protect the weak and innocent, but we keep the vow best. And it just feels like the darkness has been toned down quite a bit. So our main character is Dunk, right? He goes about doing his thing. Sure, he's kind of oafish at times and maybe a bit tough on Egg, who's our other character. But Dunk is still honorable and honest, I mean, for the most part. So, and Egg is essentially his squire, if you will. So it's a coming of age of sorts. Our 2 main protagonists being 16 or 17 for Dunk and about 8 for Egg. Similarly, that's the name of the series of novellas, also called A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, in the omnibus, right? Whether you call it the Dunk and Egg stories or Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, whatever, right? I read this novella by itself, and I'll read the other ones and review them separately. I guess I don't have I don't actually. Reviewing a whole collection of novellas seems stupid to me. Anyway, so I read a lot of novellas on this channel anyways, so this one was originally published in the Legends Anthology by Robert Silverberg. Dunk is from Flea Bottom, the slums of King's Landing. He goes by Sir Duncan the Tall, though Dunk may not even be short for Duncan. He doesn't even know. At the start of the story, the man he squired for has just died, Sir Arlen of Pennytree, and he promises not to beat a squire unless he deserves it. He's rough around the edges, but he's really easily lovable, too. Egg is mysterious, and I won't spoil him here, though it's probably popularly known at this point who exactly he is, but it's more obvious to the reader than to Dunk what exactly is going on with him. But Egg is about 8 years old and bald when Dunk finds him seemingly as a stable boy, but desiring to be a squire. And, well, Dunk doesn't have a squire. The story focuses on a tournament in Ashford. Duncan wishes to make money by winning. Makes sense. Such a basic premise would have me writing a very different story if I was writing this, but Martin's machination skill really shines through here. This is straightforward enough, but it has the political and personal conflicts that really make this exciting, even when it's so short. It's an excellent piece of fiction that isn't too rushed, but manages a very satisfying story in shorter form. And it's still grotesquely gruesome, though briefly. We get lots of different knights and their fame and emblems. The dragons of the Targaryens are still remembered. It feels almost more like a chivalric romance than the main novels. Though again, you have the colorful and mad characters of the realms, there are the good guys willing to do what's right as well. And it's one that makes you cheer at the end. Martin isn't spending too much time trying to be novel and keep the good guys down. And for that, it may be my favorite thing I've read by Martin, actually. And I will definitely read the next of the Dunk and Egg stories. Only from Lyceum.